Recording button has been pressed.
Clap it up, clap it up.
Hold up.
Oh, I thought we had to do the claps. We'll do these. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. We are back. We are off the road. We are in person.
We are in person.
We are here. Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome to This Week in White Supremacy. My name is Jasiri X. I am co-founder and CEO. And to my immediate right,
it's your girl.
Photo shoot fresh.
Hashtag big blessing.
Big blessing with the big blessing. It's your girl Miracle.
And if you could please just turn that microphone.
What do you have against being heard?
I started this.
Just turn it.
We need the lapel mic.
No, you just need to be better at being on camera.
I can't do that.
Jeez. Okay.
You can do all things through carbs.
We're trying to
that sustains me. Yes.
We're trying to make sure that the audience hears Miracle, because oftentimes she has so many profound things to say on these subjects.
You say I talk a lot.
No, you have profound things. So we want to capture
projection. Miracle.
Those profound things. Yes. And right across from me, my brother.
Treble NLS, never like supremacy, next level shaman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already know.
Never losing sight, man.
You feel me?
And my brother.
Yes, the revolutionary but gorgeous, the supreme Asiatic, intelligently divine, the boombox Bin Laden.
Oh, okay.
Man.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. I'm not co-signing.
And then it just gets worse.
No, yes. We're not.
Anything
Yes, we are.
else?
Definitely not co-signing that.
My terrorism twin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Lord.
You my twin. You my treacherous little twin.
Oh my God. So
This is how we're starting off, man.
always something.
This is how we're starting off.
Well, we were starting off, and maybe we're turned up, right? Because we're coming off the
Blackest Super Bowl ever.
Black Bowl.
the blackest Super Bowl of all time, the Black Bowl.
The Black Bowl.
Yes.
Damn, that's a hell of the Black Bowl. Pornhub's gonna steal that next year. They're gonna run with that shit next year.
From black to Black Bowl.
Oh my
Man.
God. So this was the question, right? That and it's, so of course the
What happened?
I don't know. Whatever happened.
Said some wild
I missed it. I missed it. I did not catch it.
I said from black to Black Bowl. That's
Okay. So anyway, no, come on, man. Y'all is wilding, bro. Don't you? We're trying to be on TV now, all right?
free speech. We did our 9 seconds.
No, we're trying to be on TV now. So with that being said, right, we had. Hold on, time out. Let's get back to the Super Bowl, please. The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl
History making.
had for the first time 2 black starting quarterbacks. Right. Record setters, right? Jalen Hurts, although the Philadelphia Eagles lost, he set records for most rushing TDs.
Yeah.
The first quarterback to I think he ran for the most yards of any quarterback, breaking Steve McNair's record, another brother.
Right.
God
bless the dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
God bless the dead.
He for through passes, for whatever, passes, touchdowns thrown and touchdowns ran. He went crazy.
Yeah, his total points, Jalen Hurts should have been MVP.
Yeah, I mean, even though they lost, he should have been
Super Bowl MVP.
From being MVP. Patrick Mahomes won again, a second-time winner, another black quarterback. And you had, of course, right, in between all this football, right, what a lot of people were there to see was the return of Rihanna.
The return of the Queen.
The Rihanna concert.
The Rihanna concert that they had the nerve to play football after.
Right, the Rihanna concert. And, Rihanna was carrying a black child on board, right?
And Rihanna actually had more viewers in the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Rihanna had 118 million viewers. The Super Bowl had 113 million.
I can believe that. And they said this was the third highest watched Super Bowl of all time. So Rihanna did her performance. I thought she did it amazing. And then Rihanna, and she came, and that was all them dancers. Was there a white dancer? I didn't see not one. I just seen a bunch of brothers and Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Handling their business. You know what I'm saying?
Shit was hot.
It was hot. It was crazy. She brought the Caribbean effects.
I was rocking out to all the tunes and that. I was like, I'm a big Rihanna fan.
Yeah.
So I liked it. And ASAP, I seen ASAP holding the camera up.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, ASAP. Yeah,
Black love.
Yeah, ASAP.
Proud dad.
And you know, ASAP was
shooting the club up.
Shooting the club all the way up. Man, like ASAP was like, listen, I ain't waiting for
Trojan
nothing.
did not sponsor the halftime show.
That was like, yo, I see why they call him ASAP Rocky.
As soon as he could, he was like, listen, we getting another one.
And another one.
And another one.
He did DJ Khaled. And we also had Cheryl Lee Ralph singing, you know, the
right.
Black national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Mm-hmm. And we had Babyface.
Do America the Beautiful.
Do America the Beautiful. So with all this being said, did you all feel at home watching? Did you feel
I was
like,
at home watching it.
Yeah, did you feel like this was the blackest Super Bowl that we've ever seen?
It's Black AF.
That Rihanna concert was nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I didn't really watch the football like that, but I did enjoy that Rihanna concert.
Absolutely. And you know, I think the NFL right now is like 70% black, just period. Miracle?
Hey.
You know, I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
That's wild.
Right? You didn't find a place to post up and get your wings on? You didn't find a place to...
My family did. I actually, because of the Colin Kaepernick boycott.
Oh, you're still boycotting.
I've given up kind of on like football. So I did.
You know, I saw somebody post that and I was like, "Yo, you was a soldier, man."
Right. I never stopped watching the NFL.
It's been. I was like, "Yo, you still boycotting?" Like, wow.
I'm just so used to like not doing stuff.
I'm with that. I'm with y'all.
So unless I'm
not mad at y'all.
At somebody's house, I've seen like some clips. Now for me, I have a rule. Where lift every voice and sing. Oh, okay.
It has to be the tradition.
When it's in mixed company.
Oh,
mixed company.
You have to sing it a certain way.
Oh,
because it's the introduction.
Yes. They might not have never heard it before.
Heard before. You don't sing.
Yes.
You don't sing the full song.
100%.
You just do the first intro and the chorus, and that's it.
And that's it. And you felt
and
like,
you know, I love Shirley Ralph. She is a Broadway diva.
100%.
And I feel like Broadway and the NFL audience,
but
may not have been like there. But I like the music.
But I feel you. But okay, so here you approach Cheryl Lee Ralph and you're like, "Yo, Cheryl, we want you to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing at the Super Bowl." You think she ain't coming with a production?
She came.
She's like, "I'm gonna Beyonce this thing out." What y'all talking about?
She came with theatrics.
100%
movement.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna."
She took your rules and just threw them right in the.
I'm gonna give you Dream Girls. 100%.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl. She got
hilarious.
And the Eagles are playing. Is she from Philadelphia? I know she lives in Philly. She lives in Philly. Of course, Abbott Elementary set in Philadelphia. Philly. Come on, man. So you know she got on. She did put on. But
I like it. She did. It was only 2 minutes.
Yes.
And I appreciate that because I've been to some places and I was like, you can't sing the whole 8 minutes.
That is true.
Song.
White folks start getting uncomfortable, right? They start getting, you know what I'm saying? It would be like if they sung the third national anthem verse to us, the one where it's like, kill the black people, whatever.
I want them to
Isn't it like get rid of all niggers in the third verse?
The ode to slavery. Our current national anthem is the Star Spangled Banner. The third stanza.
Yes.
Is the ode to slavery.
Oh, I did not. Okay, it's an ode to slavery. Yeah. Yeah, of course we'd be uncomfortable. You know, it's funny because now...
It was woke, though.
No, these GOP probably going to start singing and start requiring the third stanza. But there was something else, Farouk, that also made this the blackest Super Bowl. And thankfully...
I think I know where you're going.
Thankfully, Chris Berman, who is a sportscaster for ESPN, let us know what else made this the blackest Super Bowl. Can you play that clip for us, Farouk?
I would just like to preface this that, you know, the black community used to love Chris Berman and we used to look forward to his commentary because he's given us so many great sound bites over the years. And unfortunately,
this isn't one of them?
I mean, it's great for the wrong reasons, but here we go.
But also, of course, two African-American quarterbacks starting against each other in the Super Bowl for the first time, fittingly. February 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday. Here we go with the highlights.
Lincoln's birthday, baby.
Fittingly. He said fittingly. A pejorative.
He said the reason you niggas are even here today.
Abe Lincoln's birthday.
Give thanks.
You would still be in chains if it wasn't for the white man who set y'all free. Give him his props.
I just want to shout out Patrick Mahomes Sr.
Oh, man. For being a nigga.
He's a real.
For being a nigga.
Father,
he is what? Yes.
The blackest father.
He said it's Philly blunts today.
Hey, it's wild because, Patrick Mahomes comes across as like kind of mild mannered. And, of course, he's not. I mean, he's a lighter skinned brother. He's biracial. He's not somebody like wears his blackness on his sleeve. He's married. He has a white, but his dad almost like makes up for it. Like, his dad is such a nigga.
They said Patrick Mahomes going to be raising a black queen.
He is. One drop, Farouk. One drop.
An afternoon, my octoroon.
No, sir. That's offensive.
Is it?
Can we take a moment to appreciate my growth and how I said it's okay that we had 2 black quarterbacks?
Yes.
In the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The proud colorists.
Right, the proud colorists. Yes. You included Patrick Mahomes. And his reddish hair, right, into the conversation. But his dad, his dad is real. So any other comment on the Abe Lincoln? Like, this is Abe Lincoln's birthday, other than like white. He was gonna give something like you're gonna get these white people some credit today.
I feel like when I heard him say that, I'm like, so basically you're saying if it wasn't for Abe Lincoln,
that's exactly what
these niggas would not be on this field.
Right? Y'all be Mandingo fighting.
Wow.
I'm gonna save Brother Chip.
Wow.
Can I save Brother Chip?
Sorry. Who's Chip?
What's his name again?
Chris Berman.
You're thinking
his name's Chip now.
You're thinking of Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless would say something wild like that, but that wasn't him this time.
But
oh my God,
Chris was like, "Look, they taking history out of schools. I know they can't teach y'all, slavery anymore.
That is true. Let
me just drop an educational fact during Black History Month so we understand this moment." That's what Brother Berman.
Man, you definitely need to do PR, Miracle.
That's what Brother Berman was trying to do.
That's going to be, as soon as I get some money, that's going to be my next, investment. Miracle PR. So apparently, though, everybody did not like the blackness of the Super Bowl. Everybody.
No, you don't say.
Yes, I'm pretty much like white ring Republican.
This is the worst Super Bowl ever.
So this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she is just a pure idiot, but somehow got to be a congressperson. She said Chris Stapleton just sang the most beautiful national anthem at the Super Bowl, but we could have gone without the rest of the wokeness. So our sister, our first guest in the history of This Week in White Supremacy, Dr. Ujuanya, said, so what came before the white man sang the national anthem that she wished wasn't there? Black people, black music, black culture. I've been telling y'all, when white conservatives say woke, they mean nigga.
That's a fact.
Her what's the other crazy white one? Lauren Bobbitt. She said
Bobbitt, same thing.
She said
Bobbitt is the one who snipped.
When she didn't snip, she just shing. She just chinged them up.
Kind of, come on, that's making me cringe. Lauren Boebert said America only has one national anthem. Why is the NFL trying to divide us by playing multiple? Do football, not wokeness. So is wokeness the new nigger?
I mean, I think they would like it to be. I get so upset when people say woke. Like, it's
just anybody.
Yeah, just in general. Like, it's a fucking whack term. It's just cringy.
It's because, has it become, previously it was like Stay Woke was kind of like
right. Yeah, that was it.
Like it had maybe about a 3-month run.
Yeah, and then white folks co-opted that
100%, and then they just took it to another place,
as they do.
Yeah, like anything. Like we're not saying bling bling, and as soon as white people found out about bling bling, everything was bling, bro, and then we had to go find another word. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but I don't like. I mean, wokeness is like a term for anything like progressive, anything but it's specifically highlighting blackness. Yeah, it goes against blackness.
Well, right. It's like the term was supposed to mean like your consciousness is raised, right? Like you know about your history, you know about what's going on.
Stay
in the
woke,
world.
King. Stay woke.
Exactly. You know your consciousness being raised, but now it's become anything against like traditional American values. Right, becomes woke now. You know what I'm saying? But were these two specific, known racists, Miracle, calling us niggas? Were they calling us niggas? With their full
chest. What'd you say?
She said with their full chest.
Oh. But it's funny because Chris Stapleton, as someone who was at the Madea concert singing for, the Madea, talking about Black Lives Do Matter.
Absolutely.
And so the person who is the epitome of wokeness would be Chris Stapleton.
It's hilarious, right? Chris Stapleton actually said in the wake of George Floyd's death, Black lives absolutely do matter, and that he feels like America was living in a myth. And this is the Chris Stapleton. So it's funny that, because you look at him, he's
that man.
Yeah, he's a country music dude. He got the cowboy hat, he got the beard, and you might look at him and think that he was just some country music dude, but he's actually somebody that has spoken out, I
would argue he was like the wokest person there.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
hanging really,
with the cross-dressing Madea,
okay. I got you.
I would argue that Chris was the wokest person. So if they wanted somebody to go after, it would have been Chris. But no, they decided to do everybody else.
Yes, he said, "Do I think Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. I don't know how you could think they don't." Shout out to Chris. And I don't know if he's commented about white people like, and just like you said, what's the difference between Chris Stapleton and Cheryl Lee Ralph and Rihanna? The only, is that he's white.
He's a cisgendered white man.
100%. That's it. And so it's like now, Babyface, all of these people, and just like you said, it's not like Cheryl Lee Ralph and Babyface and Rihanna are like some, black activist type, individuals that make that type of music.
Rihanna did spray paint, fuck Donald Trump.
She did. And Trump obviously has never
letting that go.
Hey, Trump, Trump basically said she had no talents.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Yes. Without her quote unquote stylist.
Apparently we would have no talent.
Oh, yeah.
With that sound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
anybody that kind of
disagrees with him?
Yeah, criticizes Donald Trump is like worthless.
Yeah, he's an all or nothing dude. It's like you either, and it's not like you can't even be like he's okay. Like if you came with like Donald Trump, he's okay. He's mad at you. You got to be like securely on his.
You got to be on your knees.
He picked Lil Pump.
Listen,
he picked Lil Pump.
He did.
As the person to endorse him. So I don't understand how he could even have any type of qualifications to talk about talent.
He definitely does not have qualifications to talk about talent. And just like you said, come on, like he's Donald Trump. But it's like you spraying your face to be closer to our color, man. Stop that, man.
I will
stop all your racism.
Shout out to Babyface because like what is this 3-4 decades of just like effortless music?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like
Babyface been around since the 70s,
America
so yeah.
Beautiful as a song. It just doesn't, sit with me. And he did a good,
Babyface did an excellent job. And like you said, we enjoyed a Black Super Bowl.
We did. We did.
Even with like, knowing that like a Black child was ready to be born.
Stop the Messiah.
You know what I'm saying?
She got the Black Messiah at the Super Bowl.
Man,
someone said on Instagram that an unborn black baby had been to the Super Bowl before the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, shit. That's funny as fuck.
Oh, no. Woo, man. That is pretty good. that is pretty good. So in other news,
that's great.
Shout out to the Super Bowl, but next year, They probably find the whitest because these last two halftime shows.
Yeah. Well, last three because we had the weekend. We had.
Oh yeah. I forgot about the weekend.
We had the weekend. We had Dre with the Aftermath one, and then 50, you know them.
Rihanna.
And then Rihanna.
Yeah.
Who was before the weekend?
I do not know.
Wasn't that the one with Justin Timberlake?
Probably.
Which one was the Beyonce one that?
That was about 10 years ago.
That was a while. Yeah.
It started this like.
Well, no, that was actually not Beyonce. It
was Bruno Mars.
It was Bruno Mars, and he made the mistake of bringing out. You can't bring Beyonce out as no extra guest.
Yeah, no, that becomes her shit. Yeah, that becomes her shit
now. You know what I'm saying? Did you get your tickets, Beyonce tickets? Are you looking at me? Do something.
It would be cool. I wonder if there's anybody at this table who had
I did have the ability, yeah, and I totally dropped the ball. I was traveling, Miracles, a lot going on.
It's okay. I'm trying again next week.
Okay, good.
For the Verizon pre-sale through another person.
What was her name that was calling Beyonce a devil worshiper?
Some pastor.
Yeah, she's bugging.
Clearly, that message did not get across because all of the pre-sales are just like sold out.
Yeah,
it was I forget. It's like he does like Twitter comedy, and he was talking about like the pastor, like, no, it's on her name. You got to go beyond what she says. It's beyond say. I was like, that's hilarious. A bar. I was like, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That is hard.
So in other news, though,
but I will get Beyonce tickets.
Oh, hopefully,
one way. Or
inshallah.
You know what else we trying to get, Miracle?
Liberation.
I mean,
freedom,
yes.
Food.
And we also trying to get Carolyn Bryan Dunham in some damn handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know her, this was the woman who lied on Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
She lied on Emmett Till. Emmett Till suffered a gruesome death, and of course, the movie came out recently. It sparked the civil rights movement. Shout out to Mama Till for the sacrifice that she made. She's still alive. And I don't care how old she is. I don't care if her teeth don't work. I don't care if she got to get IVs every morning. All that stuff need to be happening in jail.
We need to prolong her life. That's what we need to do so she can spend longer time in jail.
100%. So,
or she can do like the Walk of Shame from Game of Thrones. Shame.
Hey, bro.
Shame.
I would have mad to me. Hey, bro.
Listen.
I'm throwing. We need to find like who's like the fastest pitcher.
Like Aroldis Chapman, having throw like frozen grapefruits at her.
So it says in a federal lawsuit filed earlier this week, a family member of Emmett Till is demanding that the LaFleur County Sheriff Ricky Banks serve an arrest warrant from 1955. Damn right.
Hell yeah.
Here's a warrant from 1950. Serve that shit on Carolyn Bryan Dunham for her role in the death of Till last year. A 5-member search group. Shout out to them too, including members of Till's family.
Ran down on her.
No, they found the arrest warrant.
Oh, okay.
For Bryant at the courthouse.
But didn't they go to the nursing home?
Yes, I don't think she was at that nursing home.
Okay, I was saying because they definitely ran down on the nursing home.
The spirit of running down on the nursing home, I'm with 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? So what do you all think, Miracle? You're our lawyer, you're our legal representative, right? Because if it's for murder, right, there are no statutes of limitation. No statute of limitation, right? Can they make him serve this warrant?
No. That man already said he wasn't gonna do it.
Oh, he did.
They've been trying. He said, "Let that woman die in peace."
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What I think should happen, I think that she really just needs to make an apology and just admit like her wrongdoing. She likes to waddle back and forth. I said this to this interviewer. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I think that she just needs to take responsibility, and they should basically say, "Look, we're going to use this arrest warrant over you. If you just don't comply, take responsibility, apologize, and be truthful, and move on." And then we can let this go. The men who killed Emmett, I believe, are dead now.
Yeah,
and, And the reason we know what ended up happening is because after they were exonerated, they did an interview basically admitting everything. Right?
Yeah.
And so this is why the Till family has every right to be outraged and fighting. But I don't foresee any judge saying, "Yeah, serve this warrant."
So but I guess in theory,
they could.
couldn't a federal court say, we want to serve this? Like, you have to serve this? Could a federal court tell the sheriff? Because this is a federal lawsuit. So could they say to the sheriff, by federal law, you have to serve this warrant?
They can, but the sheriff is going to argue he has a discretion to to arrest, and it's within his purview not to arrest this person. The prosecutor, as well, I believe, has come out and said there's not enough evidence for a conviction.
Right.
And so with those two in hand, the judge can really dismiss and say, hey, there really is no standing. If a judge wanted to be like, hey, it's there, enforce it, he could, right. But they're probably not going to.
I could hear someone saying, like, she suffered enough. She's had a lifetime of crisis of conscience.
Hell no.
We don't need it. Like, shut the fuck up.
And, right.
But I could see a judge saying that.
Who are you to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is Emmett Till's family.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who are you to tell that family, no, you still alive? And, again, like you said, like, hey, if they find them Nazis that participate in the Holocaust, I don't care if them Nazis is 99. The one nigga was
101 years old. He got sentenced to
100%. Yeah. Take that dude. You got to pay for these crimes that you did. It was a guy. I was in a barbershop. We was talking. There was a guy that I guess they just pulled him over in his car, and he had been on the run for like 30 years from like a murder warrant. And it kind of bugged me out because, one, I don't know why he would have allowed himself to be pulled over if you're on a run. But it's like, if he would have just went in 30 years ago, he might be out of prison by now.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, now you got to go in. That family ain't worried about, it's been 30 years. He didn't serve any time. Just let him go. Nah. You know what I'm saying? And again, like, that ain't for us to say. That's for the Till family to say. You have any comment, Trouble?
I was sitting here trying to think because I don't like saying that people should go to jail just because, I'm team abolish the police.
Yes.
I'm team abolish the carceral system.
100%.
But I'm also team repenting and righting your wrongs. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like something needs to be done.
100%.
Because it's like, it's been years you've been ducking and dodging.
100%.
We all know what you did at this point.
Like, let's say she was like using her name. Like, let's say she like got with the Till family and was like, hey, they're not going to have me go to jail, but can I get with you all? Can I make some type of restitution? Can I join you all in helping to like make sure this never happened again? Like, now I would be with you. I would be like, yo, this is what we call restorative justice, right? Mm-hmm. That you don't have to go to, but you can't just be like, I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to lie about this. I'm not going to admit my role in this.
You know what?
And then you want somebody to say she suffered enough? No, hell no.
She should start a Karen task force.
Hey, bro, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And ironically, this week,
In White Supremacy.
In White Supremacy, there has been like a plethora. We have a Karen.
That's a school word.
We have a plethora of Karens.
We do.
That are happening today, right?
Which one should we talk? Should we go to My Homeland first?
What is like more than one Karen called?
A Karen.
What is it? A cult of Karen?
A cult of Karen? Oh, I like that.
I don't know.
I like that.
What is more than one Karen? We have to come up with that terminology. More than one Karens, right?
You know how like a group of crows is called a murder of crows?
100%, yeah.
So a murder of Karens?
I like a cult of Karens.
A cult of Karens is good.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go to your hometown where a woman took her son.
Not my hometown, my home country.
Oh, your home country.
But I think she was in Brampton, though.
Okay, your home country, right. She was somewhere that obviously they had a lot of black and brown doctors.
Yeah, I mean, Brampton is like the unofficial home of brown people.
100%. Yeah, and she was not with that.
No, she was tight.
She wanted her son to be treated.
Yeah, by a white doctor.
A white doctor.
So this is a woman in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, which is not Toronto, Tory Lanez. And she wanted her son
going to jail, right?
Listen, she wanted her son to be seen by a white doctor that speaks English. Who speaks English? Not one of these brown people. And this is her tirade.
Isn't the language French?
A white doctor. It's only
that's only in Quebec and New Brunswick.
So you're saying in the whole entire building there isn't one white doctor?
Your kid has to be seen by a pediatrician.
Oh, it's in Mississauga.
So you're telling me that my kid has chest pains, he's going to have to sit here until 4 o'clock. Can I see a doctor, please, that's white? He doesn't have brown teeth.
Yeah, I don't know.
English.
Says the doctor is black.
American.
No, she's in Canada. She's Canadian.
I should just shoot myself.
Go to the hospital.
Does being white makes him more...
Go to the hospital.
She said she should shoot herself.
He doesn't have brown teeth.
Well, speaking English is one thing. Being white is different.
How are you communicating to everyone if everyone's incapable of speaking English?
Yeah.
Their license, that's why they're here. Your child clearly has more issues with
I mean, that's
you
crazy.
his mother than him needing to see a doctor.
Ooh.
You are extremely rude and racist.
Come on.
You want to talk about people being at a hospital? Maybe you should check yourself.
There was a daughter.
I don't care.
Check yourself.
I'm asking for why are you yelling at me? This is what happens when
You are yelling at everyone. You're yelling at everyone. So what?
You're here to fight me because
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Use your privilege. Use your whiteness to challenge other Karens. You know what I'm saying? Like
That was a brown woman, but yeah.
Oh, there was a brown woman.
Yeah, that was a brown woman.
Oh,
yeah.
well, shout out to the brown woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for not allowing that racism to be undressed. You know what I'm saying? And she was right. That child.
So
is
it turned out later. It turned out later that she was calling like neighborhood children the N-word. They released like police reports on her and everything. Like neighbors were coming out. She had two black friends who were
Shouldn't
like,
she be going to the hospital?
"Come on,
A
man."
mental institution.
Yes, a mental institution. That's what I meant.
She had two black friends who were like, we stopped being friends with her a long time ago because like she ramped up like a lot of racial jokes and we just like couldn't tolerate it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you got a whole dossier. You got like the Canadian dossier.
I mean, no, like it's a 4-minute video, so like they have all of that.
They had
in the video.
all the information.
Yeah,
in the
all
video.
of it in the video. Yeah, they I guess
Do we know her name?
Yeah, the reporter from CTV, I think her name's Tasha Tang. She actually went to her house.
No, I'm talking about the white woman.
No, yeah, I don't remember the white woman's name.
I know it's not Tasha Tang.
No, but the reporter, the CTV went to her house and they knocked on the door and she opened the door and like looked at the camera and
seen an Asian woman.
Seen an Asian woman and was like, "Fuck you."
Like, not in mine. Let me look at the color of your teeth before I talk to you.
That's wild. Like brown people got brown teeth. I've never seen a brown person with brown teeth.
That is wild. And again, like you're taking your child someplace to be serviced, to be cared for, to be looked after. And that's the attitude. You come in there and you think like somebody's then going to like look after your child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But my mom works in the medical field and she said this is normal.
Really?
Yeah.
Even today, people will ask for a person who's white.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
They'll ask for non-black caretakers.
Yeah.
All type of stuff.
Yeah.
And like sometimes like they don't know what to do because like you have to not only keep the clients or the person.
Man, I know what to do. Take your ass to a different hospital. Limp your ass someplace where some white people can take care of you.
You also have to protect the staff. So, like, do you force your staff to take care of someone
Hell
who's
no.
racist, right?
She who must not be named told me about that stuff.
And so
I don't know.
Stop,
Yeah.
And so
That's clever, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. And so, working in the medical field, there's so much like racism and anti-blackness and bigotry. Yes. Like, it's ridiculous because at the end,
nice job, Miracle.
You caught yourself.
# big blessing.
End of the day.
Someone said it.
Let's do it. The end of the day.
At the end of the day, you're going to a medical facility to get care.
That's what I'm saying.
The quote-unquote best and brightest.
Right.
Now, mind you, in Florida, 50-50 because they over here buying medical certificates. But usually when you go to the hospital, you get the best and brightest. And those are the people you want to take care
100%.
of. So why are you arguing with someone? It doesn't matter if they're brown or it doesn't matter if they're an immigrant.
Well, I mean, they
have the best care.
But to us, a white supremacist person sees an African or Indian or
they
Asian
don't recognize a human.
No. And they see that as, I'm getting inferior service. I'm getting inferior support because not only, I mean, when you talk about the accomplishments of black surgeons and black medical people, you know what I'm saying? Asian folks, brown folks, it doesn't matter. In their mind, they're getting lesser service because this is a black or brown person, or maybe they don't even want to be touched by us.
Remember in Oz? Did y'all watch Oz?
When Schillinger got the gums.
He got the black.
I remember that shit, man.
I
forgot you watched Oz. That's such a great show. I love Oz.
It was alright.
Oz is just okay.
It's okay. Wasn't a
Mine
great
was
show.
the- mine
Out of
was the
BC,
last
Kareem
season.
Saeed.
Right.
Like, yeah, the
Mine
last
is
season
the
was trash.
last
Last
season.
season was
You
It
trash.
had about 3 good seasons, and then it started to
Oz
get
was
wild.
so good.
Started to
It
get
was-
crazy.
Man, my nigga was Kareem Saeed.
But yes, it was for those that don't know, Oz was a TV show on HBO. There was a scene
Better than The
where
Wire.
Miracle, don't get kicked off.
I don't know about that.
Don't get fired on
don't know
Valentine's Day. We have to have me and Miracle have to have our Wire podcast. We argue about
Better
the Wire.
than The Wire.
There was a white supremacist character on Oz,
played by
and
J.K. Simmons.
he had to get a gum transplant, and they gave him the gums of a black person. And didn't he try to cut him out?
Try to cut his gums out because he no longer had pure Aryan blood.
Right,
So,
because
yeah.
his gums came from a black person. So again, this is kind of the craziness of white supremacy is that you'll go to or even, recently where the guy was like, it was a white lady who wanted a delivery, but wanted to make sure that there was a white driver that brought her a delivery, not a black driver. And so, just the insanity of where we are today. But there was speaking of black, I guess he wasn't delivery person, but he was an HVAC person. He was in a neighborhood in Minnesota, and apparently
cold like Minnesota.
A white woman again, and this is that you want to weaponize the police against us. You know what I'm saying?
It was white tears, but on an Asian woman.
Oh, this was an Asian woman.
Yeah, she was an Asian woman. Yeah, she
Okay.
had an identifiable Asian accent.
Okay, and she attempted to use the police against this black man who was just simply doing his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But being black in America, I mean, this is
Very
what
dangerous.
can come with it.
Very dangerous. Here we go. Oh, it's muted.
Look at her. She said I just threatened her. What threat? What threat did I make to her?
Thank God for cell phones. I mean, just think about the stuff
What
that
threat
we
did I make to her,
wouldn't
Jamel?
know.
Huh?
Let me get to the
This
second
is
video.
crazy.
Where she's crying.
Oh, there's 2 different videos?
Yeah, there's 2.
So the police can come quicker.
She starts yelling. Now he's like over 10 feet away from her.
He's not even close to her.
Yeah.
Watch the video.
What?
He's not aggressive at all. He's filming himself.
Yeah.
What?
And she closed the
in
garage
the
door.
world is this?
like she's
boy?
in her
I ain't
house.
gonna lie.
Like she could have just closed the garage door to begin with. Like she's inside of her house. He's making no attempt to approach her. He's making no attempt to get any close. And then like people watched this video and was wondering like, is this brother okay? Like, did he make it out alive? Because of you're obviously she gave the police a description. She's acting like this man is this huge threat. You know what I'm saying? And then that could actually lead to our murder. She should be charged with something.
Absolutely. At the very least, filing a false report.
100%. At the least.
At the very least. I believe that, these should be hate crimes.
I agree. 100%.
These should be addressed as hate crimes.
100%.
Because, so many people, specifically white women, but this is clearly not mutually exclusive to white women,
100%.
have weaponized these phone calls.
Yes.
With the result of black people being murdered
Absolutely.
at the hands of the police.
Like the Emmett Till case.
This is no different than Emmett Till.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a federal Emmett Till bill.
100, I agree.
Some
100%.
legislation that would, incorporate this, because enough is enough, man.
Enough is enough. Yeah.
There's no safety in just walking the house. Like it's, we talk about this all the time. And we joke on this show, right? We make a lot of jokes and it's fun. It's a good time, right? But the hypervigilance black people have to leave the house with, it's an accessory.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just 100%. Like, you get your keys, your wallet, you know. We have to make sure, like, with the like your insurance and everything.
Yeah.
I keep my insurance on the top of my visor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you
just
don't
so
have
I can keep my hands on my wheel.
Yeah, so you don't have to go into.
So exactly. And it's laminated. So it's like a big laminate that comes out.
That's smart, actually.
Yeah.
You know
but I mean, we shouldn't have to be that prepared.
Yeah. And then it's even the case of like, you got to think about like, am I being too aggressive in the situation? Because even if an injustice happens to you, I mean, that's just happened to me many times where you have to calculate like, okay, some races just happened. Like one, like, am I going to go in today? But then it's like, depending on how you go in, now all of a sudden you're the aggressor, you're in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're being arrested. We've seen that happen time and time again. I just saw a video somebody post where it was two young black women who were filming a police officer basically on top of this 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And they're filming and they're saying like, yo, and the little boy was saying, you're hurting him. He's like, yo, you're hurting him. He was like, if y'all don't stop, I'm gonna arrest you. And they were like, we're just saying you're hurting us. And that dude got off that 13-year-old and went and threw one of these girls on the ground and arrested her.
Yeah.
And all she was doing was simply film. All she did was like, hey, I don't know if she even knew the boy. Because I don't think they even did, but they saw this young boy being harassed by this officer, and they just start filming. And it's like just that act. Now, this girl got thrown on the ground. She was arrested, and she was like a teenager. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, again, like, even if you go to confront some racism, you're like putting your life on the line or in danger because of what could happen with a police officer. Miracle? You have something to say?
I'm very grateful and thankful that this has not happened to any of my male family members.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we ride in like our family.
I mean, look.
We'd be like,
we already know where you live. Like we
come outside for a second.
Come out that garage.
But this goes to show that for some folks, in order to be American and be perceived as American, you have to adopt the mantle of white supremacy.
Ooh,
whether
come on,
it
Miracle.
is, that man on the Fox, sports programs talking about black mothers, or is, people literally talking about
Whitelock, I believe his name is Jason Whitelock.
Jason Whitelock.
We're really seeing a lot of people gravitate to white supremacy, particularly with anti-blackness.
Absolutely.
Because they're trying to say that they are more American or more human than somebody else. And I'm grateful that in these instances with social media, people are really starting to push back and really starting to humanize particularly black men. And I think it's really great to see, because a lot of people have become more outraged. I think 5 years ago, people have been like, okay, so you got a job. That's like the burden of having a job. Oh, well. And now people are like, no, she's wrong. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty deep. Treble, you had a comment?
Yeah, I think shit like that angers me.
Yeah.
Because when I listen to that video, it's clear that this woman knows what she's doing.
Yes.
And it's insidious because she knows that all she has to do is put on this fake cry.
Yep.
Make it sound like she's in distress, and she'll get a quicker and probably more violent response.
100%, yeah.
Than just her saying, hey, this black guy.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
100%. And then how about this? Like, close your garage.
Facts.
Like, she could have just simply closed the garage and went back in the house.
I just want to know, like, had the desired effect taken place?
What do you mean?
Like, had the police come?
Yeah, right.
And done harm to this brother?
Yeah.
What's the recourse for that? Does the community does the community respond to her as like, you caused a murder?
I mean, she should be charged. Like, if that would have happened to me, again, that's Karen's law we need to draft.
Yeah.
She should be charged with that murder. She should be charged with murder because nobody was presenting a threat to her.
I'm saying throw attempted murder in here.
The police. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I agree with Trouble. Like, it's insidious. It's like, you know what you were doing. You know you're not in trouble. And I don't know if the internet found her address.
I'm sure the
found her
internet
name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for calling these people's jobs, you not be having a job no more. Like, I'm all for that because, like you said, like, what you did was insidious. It was wrong, and you could jeopardize somebody's life. Same with the woman with the dog, where she was dragging her dog all over the place, and all the brother wanted to do was watch some birds. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now you done put this brother's life on the line. Like, those people you should be a pariah now. You should be, unless you do real recourse. And she initially came out, was like, oh, I'm sorry. Then she tried to say, I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, no, if this woman did some real, like, I apologize, I'm gonna go to racist rehab, Miracle's racist rehab. Like, then I could see something.
Yeah.
But we're not even done, because there were some high school students who, I guess it's saying now that they were disciplined. And the wild part is the story came out because the person was saying, this person is sending racist messages on Snapchat and racist messages
so that's how this came out.
It came out because a lady put it on Twitter and said, hey, I've been trying to contact the school about these white girls and about the racist messages they've been sending. I guess they were sending to some of her black relatives that were at that high school, and they said the school wasn't doing nothing. So she said, I'm going to put it out there. And then she said, like what you just said, Twitter, do what you going to do.
Right, yeah.
And Twitter leaped into action, and one of the videos...
That's your friend. That's your best friend.
I'm going to just say you're a grammar hard person.
Grammar Gestapo?
No, see, I wasn't going to go.
Oh, okay.
So it says at least 2 Philadelphia high school students are facing disciplinary action after a racist video recorded outside of the school surfaced on social media showing one girl spraying black paint on another girl's face as they made racist comments a week into Black History Month. Did you want to play that video?
I mean, I actually don't.
We don't have to play it.
Yeah, it's just because like this is just fucking whack.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So I mean, yeah. So the white girls, 2 white girls are spray, and there's another one in the room. And so obviously someone recording.
Yes.
Spray painting a white girl's face black.
Yeah.
Saying you're my slave now. Black power. Be black and proud. Just a whole bunch of cheeky things.
Yeah.
And it's really like this was the one that really bothered me. I think like the Karen one was upsetting.
Yeah.
This was just like clearly your parents are applauding this shit.
Maybe not.
To do school.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's the thing. It's like okay. Your parents know you're doing this shit. They have to because they were probably the ones that taught you this shit.
Again, I'm a dad. My son just got into altercation.
Well, okay, yeah, very true.
I didn't know. I'm gonna say I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So, I stepped in. The boy's dad stepped in. We squashed it. Everything's good.
Only because the person who posted said she had reached out to the school.
Yes.
So it was a parent that reached out,
it was like a cousin or a sister or something.
Yes.
Right. And again, like if I it was a video where a little boy was like screaming at the people at the supermarket, and the dad found out the video, and the dad brought his son up there and made him apologize. Like, so I would have to see their parents. Like, if their parents did not support this, we should already heard from them now.
That's what I'm saying.
They should already be like, yo, we've disciplined. Like, we don't go for this. We don't accept this in our house.
That's why I came to the conclusion I came to as a former educator.
100%.
Like, I see a lot of these behaviors. Like, more time, I would say 8 out of 10 times, if your child is wild, as a parent,
I'm upset if a child is spray painting my child anything.
Period.
In any way. To me, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That you're spraying that's not a joke. That's not funny to me.
Nah.
But then when you add this racism, and you were saying, Miracle, that they contacted the school, and obviously the school didn't take action.
Nah, but for me, I appreciated the TikTok trends where like all the white kids were celebrating Black History Month by
bowing down to the black people.
As a joke. Like it was,
yes. I like that. Yes.
There are a way for people to have, Black History Month. Like,
absolutely.
It's fun.
100%.
And there are
yes.
people, even if they didn't like it, they're like, okay, we got Black Month. But it's okay. It's only 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
People were doing jokes. This was something where it was actually bullying. They were
100%
making racist Snapchats and sending it to black kids.
Yes.
At the school. And we've talked a lot bit about how black parents see a lot of these charter schools, these private schools as like a way out of anti-blackness.
Yeah.
And they're really sending their kids into confront white supremacy head on. I think that's why
100%.
it's very important to talk to your kids about race.
100%.
And I know even here we're having these conversations about all these book bans. But this is why it's so important
100%.
to talk to your kids about race and to talk to your kids about actually accepting and being empathetic to other people. Because I don't know what I would do if I go and look at my friend's social media.
Yeah.
And there is somebody with blackface.
I know what I would do. Hey, I'm here to talk about your daughters. I'm being dead up. I'm a daughter. And again, I'm not going there to fight the parent. I need to talk to somebody's parents. I need to know, do you know this is what your daughters are doing and they're sending? And that, again, if you're not going to deal with it and the school's not going to deal with it, I'm going to deal with it. And obviously that person took matters into your, now your daughter's face is all over the internet. Now, when your daughter goes to try to get into a school, this is going to come up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is like, you could have dealt with this as a parent, and the school could have dealt with it. Now, the school said, this was the St. Hubert Catholic High School for girls, said, we will not disclose the finite details of individual disciplinary actions, but the level of behavior calls for a minimum of suspension and counseling and a maximum of expulsion. You You know what I'm saying? And she said that this has no place at our school. Of course, they always say that.
Right.
But it lives
virtual learning. They said, y'all not even coming back.
Is that what they did?
He said, everybody to remote learning. Like, we're not even going to deal with this. But I think it's hard for teachers these days. And I do, I always give props to teachers because I really appreciate them. But there's so much stuff that they have to navigate.
True.
Because some of these kids are just evil.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Come on, Miracle.
100%.
I'm like Michael Jordan sometimes. Like, some of these kids.
Oh, you after kids.
Some of these kids are just like mean. And it's like, it's hard. And especially if parents aren't willing to engage hard topics.
Yeah.
It's hard for teachers to correct this type of behavior.
Yeah. And just like you said, like, here you are, these videos are being sent to other black students in an attempt to like mock them. Like, so then if those black students come to school and physically put hands on you, now they suspended, now they're expelled. And it's like, you don't get to see like what led up to that. You had a comment, Trouble?
Yeah. I think this is why we need to stop this rhetoric around wokeness.
100%.
Come on, Treble.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is the exact reason why these little white kids think this shit is okay.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, and I'm
they're
also,
little Marjorie Taylors and little Borbits or whatever her name is.
They're learning this from somewhere. I'm wondering
100%.
where the fuck they're learning this shit from. And like why there's not a bigger conversation happening about this, and why certain educators in certain places can't even talk about this shit.
Absolutely.
Without being,
I mean, we're in Black History Month, and they're literally like banning the study of our greatest scholars, our greatest intellects, right? And that all came out where the College Board actually conspired with DeSantis and what happened to Florida to actually take out, individuals like Kimberly Crenshaw and Ibram Kendi, like take that information out of AP African history and then introduce black conservatism. Like, what the fuck? Like, so as Black History Month unfolds, you have people taking our history out, and then of course this is what happens.
It's like House Nigga 101.
100%. And so you see these white girls, and then it's like, oh, what do they need? They need to be educated about true black history, but y'all won't let that happen because y'all are afraid they might get woke.
Miracle's Racist Rehab needs to come in the picture here.
Yeah.
Like, one thing is, if you call somebody a slave, you kind of know about history.
Yeah. You know enough to be hurtful.
It's just like...
That is true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm going to show you some... Hey, there was a guy named Nat Turner. I'm about to show you a little Nat Turner up in this bad boy.
But yeah, like, what happens if some shit like this happens in Florida? You know
not
and
even
then
in
it doesn't happen.
Wait, look, not even in Florida, Trouble. In Alabama... Well... Close enough.
I mean,
first of all, no.
You're splitting hairs.
No. Because what happened in Alabama? Let's be clear. They said, "You're not going to do these here," and my black people,
yes, rose up. They did. They rose up
and walked out and fought back.
Yes, absolutely. So it said more than 200 students walk out of class at a Tuscaloosa high school on Wednesday after they were told by school leaders to omit certain relevant events from an upcoming student-led Black History Month program. Right? They said...
Because a teacher...
Hey, yo, it says students were told they couldn't talk about slavery and civil rights. Well, goddamn!
Like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about?
Super Bowl, we're going to talk about the black quarterbacks. We couldn't talk about slavery and civil rights because one of our administrators felt uncomfortable. That is, hey, yo, wow. We can't talk about Dr. King or Harriet Tubman?
Nah.
Yo, what the hell?
They was too divisive. They were trying to divide our country. If only Harriet would have never been born, we could have still had slavery. But nah, she wanted niggas to be free. Can't teach that. Dr. King was chatting segregation. I mean, integration.
Yes.
Can't have that.
That sounds like too much like intersectionality.
That sounds like Dr. King had a dream. That's woke. We gotta cancel that shit.
Wake up.
They said in order to know he had a dream, he must be woke.
He must be woke.
Come on,
he gotta be woken.
That's why we put that nigga to sleep.
It's always one.
He went a little bit too far. He went too far. The MAGA Muslim came raging out of you.
They gave him a nice long sleep.
No, sir. Hey, bro, come on, stop it. Not during Black History Month. Not during Black History Month. We will not denigrate. We will not denigrate Dr. Martin Luther King. That's what I'm saying. Right. Yo, we not. No, please. There's no disrespect to Martin Luther King. These are terrible jokes. So, Miracle,
I'm ready for all these 6th graders to repeat these jokes next week.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I told you that's how a race ride started in my high school.
Oh my God! So one of the students said, Jada Holt, the senior, why am I being censored about my culture, something that is rooted in me? Why can't I talk about it? History is history, and it's already been made, and it cannot be erased. Well, apparently, it can be erased. I mean, we just had
Alabama.
Yeah, well, I mean,
home of civil rights.
Yes.
At least
Montgomery, Alabama, right?
At least 30% of your infrastructure is based on tourism.
Miracle. You can't talk about Rosa Parks because that is about civil rights. And unfortunately, that makes us uncomfortable. Sitting where white people are supposed to sit as a black woman, that's woke, Miracle.
Come on.
Just the unmitigated gall.
I mean, Miracle. They went to Florida. They said, we can't learn about Roberto Clemente's book. Because Roberto Clemente, as a black Puerto Rican man, experienced racism in America.
No, he didn't.
And
Prove it. He played baseball.
I mean, can't even tell his own. Like, we can't
see
tell.
What his son said, and what I'm going to say.
His son said that they're going to go down there and find out about it, or
no?
He said
his
something
son
different.
said, "I get it because if you raise a colorblind child and now they're talking about racism, that may make that child uncomfortable."
100%, yeah.
Pretty much what Roberto
said. Yeah, it should make it uncomfortable.
No, as in the book bans are fine with me.
No, that's not what he said.
No, yeah.
No, he said. I mean, well, I don't know. I did an interview, Miracle, and he was on there, and he basically said like, "Nah, this is my dad's story."
Well, he needs to go back and talk to the Washington
but no.
Post.
So I'll say this, not to say he's right. This is why you can't raise no colorblind child. To raise a colorblind child is to raise a child that is devoid of reality.
Right.
We do not live in a colorblind society. That's a reality. You benefit as a child, as a white person. You benefit. You benefit as a cisgender white man more than anybody. That's the reality of the world that we live in, particularly in the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? So he's right in a sense. Yeah, and it should, like part of a learning, I don't know. I mean, doesn't the Holocaust make you uncomfortable? I mean, it did. It made me uncomfortable. Does that mean that I shouldn't know about it? Of course I should know about it and learn about it so we make sure that history isn't repeated. A lot of history should make us uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, according to the Axios Post, he said
he's not dark skinned enough for you.
For me, there is a place to have a quote being taught to a child of such a thing. If you want to as a parent, but I think that just sending a child to school as a blank canvas and putting a color or planting a seed of we are not all the same is something that kind of took me aback. And I sat down, I thought about it a little bit deeper. So now he feels like this book is okay for it to be banned.
I don't think that's what he meant. He needs to
call Axios and get a correction.
Again, I don't know what Axios is. I don't think that's what he meant. Like I said, if you do send your child to school as a blank canvas,
send it to you.
You're sending your child to school unprepared for the real world, because in the real world you're not a blank canvas. And that's the one thing, like my mom would drill into me, may she rest in power. My mom's birthday was February 10th. Life's not fair. Mm-hmm. She would say, life's not fair to me all the time. And she would say, as a black person, you're going to have to work twice as hard to get the same results. She's letting me know this is the way the world works. Right. So if you think like you're just going to show up and get the same results as somebody, no, you're black, you're going to have to work. This is hard. My mom became a nuclear engineer. Like my mom was an accomplished person in the eyes of this world in terms of her job. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely we stand with Roberto Clemente. And we will see about if he was misquoted or not. Because like I said, I saw the interview that he did with KDKA, and he was very much saying like, this is my dad's story. My dad faced racism. what is he going to do? Lie about his own story? Like, and it's like, if you don't, like, it's just so weird to me that it's like, so we're just going to erase American history and we're only going to tell the parts that make us feel good? That's what we're going to do? That's how we're moving forward?
I went to
It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It's super weird.
I grew up, my first instruction was a Christian private school.
Yes.
And I had classmates that were actually racist.
I'm sure.
And my parents
you were in Georgia, right?
I was in Georgia. And my parents were like, no, because, Christianity, there are certain scriptures that people will use to quote to justify segregation.
100%. Yeah.
And this one girl, we were playing on Polly Pocket, and they were like, you go be the slave. And my dad was like, my dad said, this school will not stand.
100%.
If y'all don't correct it.
100%.
A whole bunch of stuff. I was a kid. I gave a kid a Valentine's Day card, and the girl told me I was going to hell because interracial marriage was of the devil.
Oh, wow.
My dad was like, you will
yes.
not. So I know what it's like to go through.
100%.
And I also know what it's like to have a school and parents be like, okay, we're going to fix this.
Yeah.
And so these books, I think schools can do a lot more, but I also
100%.
think these corporations, I also think the Major League of Baseball
100%
should be doing a whole lot more.
You're 1,000% right.
And fighting back. And I think, like, luckily Roberto Clemente's story, because people know what, Jackie Robinson, they know what happened.
100%.
I think a lot of these people who talk about, politics and sports don't go hand in hand are now being like, forced to make a statement, and your silence is not going to save you.
And it's like, are we going to start like banning the movies now? I mean, this is some like Fahrenheit 451 type. I mean, this is kind of it's wild.
I mean, Rosewood. That's you watch that, but listen.
Yeah, I mean, and Miracle Experience. If it wasn't for Monroeville and Gateway, I wouldn't be like a conscious person right now. I was living in Chicago, just being black around black people, living my best black life. And I got here and they was like, no, you're a nigga. We don't care how light you are. You are a nigga. And it was like, oh, word. And I got busy, you know what I'm saying? And, doing my, of course, I, became who I am today. Thank you, Monroeville. So you're right. Like my mom, out of safeness, I was taken away from a black environment and put in a white, but I had to now face white supremacy every day at that school, and that does something different to you. And speaking about facing white supremacy, walking in the face of white supremacy with strength and conviction, there's a new Tennessee lawmaker, Miracle. Oh, man. And this brother said, yo, I'm not going to just make a regular entrance, right?
I'm going to come in with some pizzazz.
My first day on the hill, whatever hill in Tennessee. Came with his afro out. He picked his afro out. You can see him in the mirror, right?
The oil
boom. Picked his afro out and then came to work in a dashiki. And white folks, of course, lost they damn
But when Nancy
mind.
Pelosi and everybody else do it, it's fine.
When Nancy Pelosi take a knee. So Justin Peterson, he is a Democrat from Memphis. He was sworn in. I wonder, like, did he get, like, Nat Turner's Bible or something? Like, what he sworn in?
Man.
He was sworn in, and he came with his hair combed out in an afro and wearing a black dashiki. He said, quote, "This dress is resistance. This afro is resistance. What we are doing here is subversive to the status quo, and I think that's going to continue to make people uncomfortable." And did it make these white folk uncomfortable? Hell to the yes.
He said something. I was like, come here, brother. Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe this place.
Representative David Hawk, of course, he's a Republican. He said, I showed up one Monday night on two wheels trying to get in here, and I didn't have a tie on. And I was reminded, if you don't have a tie on, you don't get to walk into that door. But that isn't a rule in Tennessee. It's there's no written rules on a tire. Oh, you best believe.
It's about to be. It is about to be.
They said it's a long-standing practice for men to wear suit and tie and women to wear formal business attire. But that's why
I want him to come in and wear like the Nigerian garb.
Yeah.
For this, that's the same thing people say about John Fetterman. Because, he has to wear a suit and tie.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can still go to a tailor.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to push the boundaries of, like, menswear while he's in the Senate.
Well, this is what the Tennessee Republicans tweeted in reference to Justin wearing a dashiki. They said, referencing the bipartisan and unanimous approved rules for house decorum and dress attire is far from a racist attack. If you don't like the rules,
you can get at.
Perhaps you should explore a different career opportunity. Take your black ass and go eat some fried chicken and watermelon. What the hell are you doing?
Get at. Get, boy. Get.
My...
Damn Napa headed niggers in our fine institutions.
That's not even how they sound.
It all sounds the same to me.
I mean, Missouri just changed their dress code to make sure that women had to be like covered, like
they couldn't like wear their arms out. Oh my god!
Since you so woke, did you wake up with your hair looking like that? I can't believe you left the house with your hair looking like you brushed your hair with a firecracker. Get out, boy. Get.
You know what? Listen to my little MAGA Muslim. I need you to
calm down. Any other comments? You have any comments on Justin Trouble?
Man, I fuck with what he did.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to that man.
Yeah, and I like how he made the distinction that like that's not a written rule.
No,
he
man.
He knows his shit.
100%. 100%.
It's just kind of a norm.
It will be. I mean, obviously, but it's probably a rule now.
Right? Yeah.
They probably met that night. This nigger will not disrespect our house.
I need to write this in a quill with like this.
To come in with like a kente suit,
yes,
and like a skinny tie, and just give them fashions.
Come
like
on, every day. Every day.
It does make me question if you're going to be representing people. Why not dress like the people you're representing?
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
You know absolutely.
Because that makes sense. This is bizarro world.
And Trevor, Nancy Pelosi has a lot of black constituents. So when she put on that dashiki...
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
She was... When she took that knee, she was representing...
Can we turn his mic off? Can we turn his mic off, please? But I will say there is the history of grooming and
that was actually pretty good.
That
was pretty good.
Actually comes every time black people get freedom and equality. It's a documented fact that grooming standards come in. So like in the 70s in the Afro, that's when a lot of people had to say you had to be clean cut and all that type of things. So like grooming standards are also racist.
100% racist.
But you know?
So I don't know. Okay, I was about to say I didn't get the time. Now, do we want to get into... Of course, our favorite. We need a George Santos drop. Like, do we want to get into George Santos, or do we want to get into the new, the woman George Santos, the new George Santos? Do we want to get into the old and new?
I mean, you know,
I'm kind of interested in this new George Santos.
Oh, the new George Santos.
Who's that?
Is a Republican Representative Anna Paulina Luna. And what's interesting about her is
she's making some very bold claims.
Yeah, I mean,
about her lineage.
Yeah, it's just like
upbringing.
But what was wild, like when you read about her, like she just started using her last name Luna. Like they basically said her whole life she never identified as like Latinx, like not once. Like she just passed as a white woman her whole life until she saw an opportunity to get some votes. She was like, "Where them tacos?"
Oh shit!
Oh my god! No.
She saw opportunity to get some votes and she just embraced her whole entire Mexican heritage.
La Supremacia Blanca.
So she was and again she said she was raised Jewish.
Her grandfather said
similar to George Santos.
He said Jewish.
Yeah, I'm Jewish, not Jewish. I'm Jew -ish.
That's not what he said. He said his parents survived the Holocaust. That dude straight lied.
Back and brought it back and said he's been Jewish.
So she claimed that her grandfather raised her Jewish, but apparently her grandfather
did not know.
Fought for the Nazis. You can't make this up. You can't make... The man's from Germany, Miracle, and the man fought for the Nazis in Germany. It's her grandfather.
There is
what is wrong with these people?
Again, I'm always astounded by the fact that like after the World War, all the Nazis went to like South and Latin America.
Yes.
And then reproduced because again, doesn't make sense. But what I want to know is why people are
claiming Judaism,
this Jewish identity to push white supremacy.
Yeah, it's weird.
And how
they feel like
away with it.
I think they feel like because they're claiming a Jewish ancestry or
they
heritage,
can get away with it. Yeah.
They can because they feel like they're safe from persecution.
100%.
You can't say anything against me because I'm Jewish, but I can say something about you.
Right.
And then I feel like they feel like this is their shield. This is their armor.
100%. Right. Somebody like a Stephen Miller, who is Jewish, but one of the architects of a lot of the white supremacists, particularly around immigration that came out of Trump's White House. You could, just like you said, you could always say, no, I'm Jewish. I face discrimination too. And she said she was a Masonic Jew. It said she registered to vote in 2015, Miracle, as white, not of Hispanic origin. This is 2015. This isn't 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
but now you're Hispanic.
In 2020.
Oh, she had a racial awakening
after the death of George Floyd.
I too have been called names.
She, like so many people, had a racial awakening and felt the need to delve deeper into their identity. Because nobody wanted to be white. Let's be very honest. Nobody wanted to be white anymore in 2020.
That is fascinating.
And so a lot of people went to go and started claiming things. Like I was reading an article.
Yeah, including Luna.
And they were saying shamanism is like one of the fastest growing religions.
Interesting.
Because of my man at the Capitol with the water buffalo hat.
So I think that you're going to start to see a lot of communities begin to gatekeep.
Yeah.
Because of colonialism.
I know you're down for that, Miracle.
Oh, I am.
Miracle's going to be at the gate like, hell no.
Like, nope.
Like, excuse me, Mr. Mahomes. I know you have 2 Super Bowl rings, but you got to step to the side.
Your father can be your stand-in.
Your father can come in. Your daughter is not coming in.
No, I wouldn't do that. But
yes, you would.
No, I really wouldn't. I think we have to start having a cultural... And for me... From my Jewish friends, I always thought that Judaism was something that was very distinctive.
100%.
Like it had to be matrilineal. You had to grow
up.
You had to go through certain like religious observances. You had to speak the language, all types of things. And so for me, I'm very astounded that we now have fake Jewish people.
Yeah,
in
just popping up everywhere. Yeah,
anybody, because like black people,
they're all Republicans too.
Like we black people give a black card. You do a little dance. Okay.
Yeah. You're at the barbecue kicking it with us.
I can understand people being black. I can understand a Rachel Dolezal. I can't understand a Rep Luna or a Rep Sanders.
Yeah, especially they said like her father was Catholic, but then her mom said, but he embraced this Messianic Jewish faith, and it just all again. It's like a thing where. She saw an opportunity. And like you said, I just wish you would just keep it real. You saw an opportunity and she could check some boxes. I can embrace my Latinx heritage, and that gives me an opportunity.
Latino, because remember they don't.
The Latino heritage, right? I embrace
the Republicans don't like that.
Yeah, I could. She made up some story of her confronting some dude confronted her with a gun that wasn't what the police report said. So it's like I can take all of these things and I could just hype them up. And it worked. She got elected to Congress, just like it worked for Santos. I mean, Santos just went out there and said, when I started my business in 2001.
When he was 13.
When you were 13 years old?
Baby genius, man.
You started your business, but he can say anything. It's like, I can say, like, he's not doing a interview with 60 Minutes where they're going to, like, check him and they have the facts. He's on Newsmax. They don't care. They're not going to check his facts. They're not, and like these Republicans, they want to appear inclusive so badly. It's almost like, I feel like I wish they hadn't gave the game away. You know what I'm saying? They're going to mess it up for some other people to try to come in there and just make up. I mean, you could just make up some stuff, raise a lot of money from these Republicans and run for some office, take the money and bounce. I mean, this is a scam today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good scam.
It is a good scam. And it's working.
Okay, MAGA Muslim.
It is. Hey, bro.
Niggas love scamming.
If you... right. You're a black Muslim Arab. Hey, bro, you will kill the game.
He's about to announce his candidacy for Republican Senate.
Gotta do something, man. Gotta do something.
It was.
Let's get these white pages out the way, shall we?
Can we? But George Santos was charged with stealing puppies.
With stealing puppies?
I mean, his Dude, like the more it's like
he's a super villain.
He's like an onion of scammers. Like the more you peel the onion back, it's just more scams keep coming. Yeah. He may owe thousands for traffic violations in 2 states.
It's like, what was you doing, my nigga?
Scamming, my nigga. He was internationally scamming. My bro was he's about that life. Man. Santos George is about that life. Scamtos, yes. Scamtos. Oh, you know.
Jorge Scamtos.
Hold up. Before we get to white pages. There was an actor.
Oh, man. Man, like, yo, Big Drees. My man.
Our Terry Crews of the week.
Our Terry Crews of the week. Idris Elba.
And
Speaking of The Wire.
Man is from the road, too. Like, man is from the road, too.
No, this is anti-black. We need to read.
What?
No.
He's anti-black.
No.
Idris Elba said.
Not my Idris. Not my
You
Idris.
don't even like The Wire. What you talking about?
Okay.
What?
I like Luther.
Idris Elba, and Luther is kind of corny to me. Idris Elba stopped calling himself. This is what he said. I stopped calling myself a black guy. Hey, bro, whatever you call yourself. When the white folks see you.
Leave Idris alone.
You are black, my nigga.
I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Okay. It said, because it creates limitations for his career.
I think you've been doing all right, my nigga. I think it's safe to say you've been
the
okay.
First black James Bond.
Oh my God!
I think it did wonders for your career.
But shout out to our brother
John Boyega.
Boyega,
another man from the road.
Yes,
another man from the road.
John Boyega came with the strap.
Listen,
right? Pause.
Oh my God!
$40,000. $40,000. Listen.
I've been very quiet this episode.
John Boyega said, I think we should fixate on who's typecasting and putting actors in boxes because of this, not on making weird adjustments for him. That's what he called him, a weirdo.
Yeah,
He said,
man.
We continuously focus on what we have to do so they don't do this or that. Very worrying. We black and that's that. Go ahead, John Boyega. Can we get some gunshots for John Boyega? We black. So then now Idris felt weird and uncomfortable. So he responded, there isn't a soul on this earth that can question whether I consider myself a black man or not. You question it, nigga. Being an actor is a profession, like being an architect. They are not defined by race. However, if you define your work by race, then that's your prerogative.
And like the thing is, it's like, bro, we call you an actor.
Yes.
We don't call you a black actor.
100%.
Hollywood might call you a black actor.
Variety, all these white people call you a black actor, bro.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
The term is there whether you want to accept it or not.
100%.
But within our communities, you are still an actor.
Idris, you an actor,
you
man.
Big Drees, right?
Yeah.
Man know you from the road, bro.
Yeah.
We know you as, you know what I mean, before Stringer Bell, you was a road man. Be that.
That was in the past, bro.
But I'm saying,
but he
like
wasn't a black road man.
I guess Automan them off the road of black, innit?
He was just a road man.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like, you know, but that's what helped you get these roles.
Come on,
is your
bro.
black experience.
100%. Why you think you was on The Wire?
Come on, man.
He was a black man. Come here, stop that. And the thing, like you said, like, it reminds me of, if there's a famous interview every time, you know, when I see it after retweeted, of Toni Morrison talking to this white woman journalist. You know what I'm talking about? Where the journalist asked her, like, basically, like, are you ever going to go mainstream and write about white people? And she said, you would never ask a white author if he was going to go write about some black people.
Yeah.
You would never. She was like, you don't know how profoundly racist the question you just asked me is, because you're not going to do that. Because to you, like, Tom Sawyer and all that is just literature.
Yeah.
Then when it's Toni Morrison, it's black literature. When it's Zora Neale Hurston, it's black literature. You call it black literature. These women are writing from their experience, just like the damn Mark Twain was writing from his experience. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, but when we do it, you label it black. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. I'm with John Boyega. Like, they put that title on you. They should be the ones changing, not us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
And as we talk about an author, Toni Morrison, we will segue into our white pages.
Yes, we have our white pages. Did you want to introduce this?
Pages home.
You did a better job today, Miracle, too, of speaking into the mic. We appreciate that.
Yay.
We could hear you clearly.
My people.
Yes. Are we your people or are we too light?
Oh my God, you gotta let that hurt go. I defended your blackness. Let's be very clear.
Thank you.
I have always defended your blackness. I never said you were not black.
Thank you, Miracle.
My God. That is hilarious.
You called yourself an octamaroon, not me.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
Listen.
Talia actually called me one.
Oh, that is not cool. That is mean. She's a very mean person.
5 decades of writing about Black lives, my people, by, I think, Charlene Hunter Galt. I hope I said that correctly. If not, I apologize, Charlene. I'm going to just do both.
Shout out to you, yeah.
You know. So this is a really good conversation about Black people. So one segment is Blacks are developing programs to fight crime in communities. Another one is how Blackish unpacks hard topics with humor and nuance. A trip to Laverton. Another one. So it's just basically different conversations about Black people, about Black art, Black culture. And this is over 5 decades worth of work. So it's really, really amazing. You should go out and get you a copy.
And do we have any announcements coming up? Is there anything happening in the city that we want to share that's happening, going on? I mean, we'll have some announcements coming up very shortly. Do we want to make our official announcement?
No.
I have a
Not yet? Not yet. Okay. No, we're going to hold that.
I have a comedic announcement.
Oh, you about to take the stage again?
No, but I am going to be tabling at Bakery Square this weekend.
Woo! Yes. And where will you be tabling? A funny place, right?
Anthropology this weekend, February 18th. From 12 to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Come out. We'll be selling merch.
Yes.
So if people like our One Hood t-shirts or sweatshirts,
absolutely,
you can come and buy them.
And shout out to Anthropology for reaching out to One Hood to be a participant in this tabling. We might be doing some other tabling. I haven't gotten a response to that other tabling piece. But there's a lot going on. Dr. Cornel West will be in town tomorrow as you're watching this. Cornel West will be speaking.
And also, as this airs, we will be celebrating another national holiday.
Come on, man. Come on.
We will be celebrating the birth.
Come on.
Of the Honorable Minister Jasiri X. Large up.
Blah. Yes.
Yes. So now we're celebrating birthdays and holidays.
I want all the birthday love in the comments. Yeah, we celebrated Farouk's birthday.
Did we?
What? We didn't. What?
I was making a joke because you were like, we don't celebrate.
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. No, I don't. That's
please talk about the origin of your birth. What you say about your birthday? This is the illest explanation of birthday ever.
I was too hard. I refused to be born on Valentine's Day. It was too hard. I held on. I was born at 12:20 a.m. February 15th because, man's heart is cold, man. Man's heart.
Man not hot. Man's not hot.
Man them hearts. Made it still. So February 15th became the day. Yeah. I can't share my day, my birth with some holiday. No.
Come on, man.
Such an
I need all the love, Miracle, for me. You know what I'm saying?
What sign are you
Very
again?
Aquarius. Yes. We bring the water to all the people. We are the water bearers. Also on, I think, Friday the 17th, John Carlos will be in the city doing a conversation at Pitt. Yeah, that's on our social media. If you check our social media out. John Carlos will be here. So if you want to register and hear from John Carlos, that's this Saturday as well, my brother.
Friday, I will also be speaking at an event called A Spiritual Legacy at Pittsburgh Mennonite Church.
Oh, yeah. Dope. Excellent. Shout out to the Mennonite Church. Pastor Swanson doing some great work. Anything else happening?
Nah, man. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. We got some dope announcements coming soon, so just stay tuned. It's been another episode of This Week in White Supremacy. Peace. One Hood, y'all.